will talk to you guys a little bit about weed delivery services. The reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I've used them a few times. I'm not a big fan of them, but yesterday I used a weed delivery service, man, and like I just felt like I got really ripped off. So basically what happened was I was in Florida for a month. I flew in yesterday and I had no weed because you can't bring any weed on the plane, and I just brought enough with me to smoke there. So whatever I had left over, I left with my brother, and basically I had to, grab new shit when I got home. So I didn't feel like going to the dispensary. A couple of my plugs weren't around at the time, and I wanted to smoke, man. Like, I was tired. It was a long day. I was on a plane. It was a long day. So I went online and I looked at the one service that I used last time. They don't deliver on Sundays, and that's what day it was. So I had to go through another service that I never used. So I looked up a couple of the delivery services in my state, and I found another one. So, I went through the song and dance, and I had to send them a picture of my ID, and I'm looking up some of the stuff they have online, and they got prices, and it's overpriced and everything. But I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, they're bringing it to my house. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's as convenient as it can possibly get. So, I do it, and they don't let you put an order in. Like, basically, like, the person just has, like, the whole, like, menu with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it works. So, finally, the guy calls me. He's like, yeah, I'm right down the street. He was like, if you're around, I can stop by. I'm like, all right, cool. So the guy comes to my house. Dude, he's got this big square thing, like a huge, like, you ever see like one of those like big like pizza containers that like pizza delivery people like drive around with? It was like one of them, but it was like bigger, and when you opened it, it was like he had like all these different weeds like all sectioned off. So he was like, do you know about the levels? And right away I'm like, what do you mean, like the THC levels? And he was like, no, like the different levels of weed. And I was like, oh, you mean like the tiers, you know what I'm saying? So he had like all these different sections, like AA, AAA, 4As, 4As plus, premium, like how many different types of categories could you put in marijuana? Like I can understand having like 3, like this is like low grade, this is medium grade, and this is our highest grade. I get that. But to have all this stuff, man, it's like crazy, dude. So let me just explain to you like how this works, because on the website it gives you a menu, but also in small letters on the bottom it says that products and prices are subject to change per your driver. So I'm like, all right, like okay, right? So the guy gets there and he was like, so what are you looking for? And right away I said, bro, I like good weed. So he was like, all right. So he goes to the middle of the thing and he pulls out an eighth. And he was like, all right. He was like, this is pretty good. Da-da-da-da. I'm like, how much is it? $65, he says. So, I mean, I'm not going to argue with him or nothing like that. So it's in my head. I'm just like, oh, my God. Like, I can't believe that I'm about to pay $65 for an eighth, man. And this is his medium grade, you know what I mean? So then I'm like, so, like, what's up? Like, what else do you got? Like, what's your higher grade? And then he goes a couple... file things up to the top of the thing where the best weed that he has is. And then he pulls out another strand. And he was like, well, this has been selling a lot today. I sold like ounces of it. It's really popular. It's really good. So how much is that, man? And he was like, this is $75. So now I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, 65 and 75. And this is not even like the best weed that I've seen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I just thought it was like really crazy, bro. So then I'm like, yeah, so what about your edibles? Because I mean, like, I knew I was gonna get ripped. I just wanted to pick up, man. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to smoke. I didn't care how much it cost. That's where I was at the time. So, he pulls out a whole big-ass bag of edibles. Da-da-da. He was like, bro, I got this. So he's got all this different shit. I'm like, bro, like, we got chocolate bars? He was like, yeah. So he has a whole different bag just for chocolate. Pulls it out. I'm like, bro, you got the Wonka bars? And then he's like, yeah, I got one. I'm like, how much is that? $55, dude. And it's not even 500 milligrams. It's 300 milligrams for $55. I couldn't believe it, man. So I copped it. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I copped it. I got the weed, I got the 2 apes, and I got the chocolate bar. But I just had to make a video about it because I know that a lot of people in different like states, like I'm in New Jersey, but I know a lot of people are using these cannabis delivery services, and I'm just wondering, man, like, are you guys getting ripped off with this too, or is it just me? I need to know, man. Like, I need to know what's going on. Let me know in the comments what your experience is, if you have any experiences with cannabis delivery. Because in my state, it's huge. There's like 20 different people that are doing it. They're operating in plain sight nowadays on Instagram, Facebook, etc. They got websites. Like, it's a big thing, bro. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like, bro, if I had money like that, like, I wouldn't mind just doing that all the time. Like, you don't even gotta leave the crib. Some dude just drives up with a big ass bag of weed. Like, but dude, it was a lot of money. And how they get you is the prices on the website were cheaper. They were still overpriced, but they were cheaper. And then when the guy came to my house, he gave me like the actual price. And I'm not gonna argue with him. I don't want him to feel uncomfortable, like I'm gonna like try to rob him or something like that. So whatever he said, I was gonna pay, and I did, happily. So that was that, man. But listen, let me know what you think about this, because it's crazy to me, bro. There's a lot of different cannabis services. The other service that I had, it was a little bit better. This service, there was no limit. Like, I could have bought 1/8 and it would have been cool. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the other services, like, there's a limit. You got to buy a certain amount, and depending on where you are in the state, there's a different fee. So the other service that I used the first time, going back a few months ago, they charged $55 to deliver to my house, but the stuff on their menu was way cheaper. Like, I found a delivery service that they were doing eighths of wax. I mean, eighths of concentrate for $70, man. That's like super cheap, man. Like, if you buy 1 gram of concentrate in the dispensaries, it's gonna cost you like $75 to $80. And this delivery service is selling eighths of shatter for $70, man. And it's not even bad. It's good, bro. Like, it gets you high. So let me go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let me know what you think, man. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think if you're in a different state, wherever you're at. I want to know about your experience with cannabis delivery, how you feel about it, all that stuff, man. Please.